try this, see what happens.
That's fair. It can be a lot of fun. There's certain moments where it has its ups and downs. It's otherwise like it's a lot of fun if you got the like regular
I'm sure
player.
Jonathan is one of the many downs.
Maurice's Maurice has been a
C4.
handful for our game,
It's
but
C4.
C4 hasn't been our downs.
Insaniac and C4.
She's just a handful.
Speaking of which, do you want us to call you by your name, or do you have another name we should call you by?
You can call me Atomic.
Hello and welcome to the Villains Talk Show podcast and Two Shot Fridays.
Ooh, we are live.
Yes, we've been live for like 2 minutes. It's nice to see you all.
Oh, I figured as much.
I am C4. With me is Insaniac, and with us
is the Insane.
Playing D&D for the first time ever is one of my friends, and his name's Atomic. Remember, if you watch the show, and if you ever want to be on the Two Shots, you just message us and we'll bring you on. Add to the Discord, and you can be on the Two Shots. And if you want to catch old episodes of the show, you just, every Tuesday and Wednesday, anywhere you catch podcasts, thevillanstalkshow.com, Tilden's Talk Show, anywhere, or tilden'stalkshow.com. I even have that.
You can check out the wonderful link tree
or
set up.
Catch us live on Twitch and YouTube on Wednesdays at 9:30 Pacific. Patreon, if you want to support us, or like, share, subscribe, please subscribe if you like it. And finally, a shout out to our Patreons, Rujhala and For the Wheel, our two patrons. We got two.
Patreon.
We actually
looking good. Are we still doing? You know, I never know. Are we wise? Are we still wise people? Are we the wisest of the people?
Why would you even ask that?
Because I don't know anymore. I never remember.
If you have, there's always that adage. If you have to ask the question, if you look around the room and you have to ask the question, it's probably you. So if you don't, if you're looking around and asking who isn't the wisest and you can't figure it out.
See, every time I ask this question,
just saying.
I'm just gonna continue with it as assuming as we are. Wisdom is a great place to check out. It's an interesting.
We are
website.
here with Mr. Tyrant Atomic Tyrant, Mr. Atomic.
Thing? I hate you.
Hello, everyone.
I have no idea who we're supported by anymore.
No, we're not anymore. We have no.
My goodness.
We have no supports. We're supported by ourselves and our Patreons.
I see. I was not sure. Yeah, check us out on Anchor. That's where we're set up now.
Yeah, we're on Anchor now. Sweet, sweet Anchor. Thank you, Spotify. Yeah. Atomic here. Never played D&D. Me and him have been sitting here for a little bit. I helped him build his character. And yeah. I guess
I was just working a little while ago, so I'm bringing an old character in.
Let's do. I guess we'll start with a little bit of an introduction. You want to introduce yourself, Mr. Atomic, and your luscious golden locks, brown locks, flowing
Very
locks,
majestic beard,
your majestic beard and your flowing locks.
I think that you've introduced me enough. What else was there to say?
I was just gonna say that.
All you're missing is the background of the wood cabin. You have the sweater and the tree curtains.
I mean, the trees, yeah.
You need the wood cabin background, and it'd be like reporting in from the middle of the forest.
So to like face up by the window.
I've got flowers over there.
It looks like
cherry blossoms.
How feng shui is your room? I'm not even gonna comment. I use light to mask how horrible my room is. All you can see is the cat. That's the only reason.
Don't worry, Jonathan. I can see it.
It's a wonderful mess.
It's a wonderful life. That being said, we're starting D&D. I am the DM today, which means Insaniac and Atomic are our lovely players today. Yeah. I can't wait.
Yeah.
So, why don't we start by introducing Just what your character looks like. I will introduce the setting, and so on and so forth. It's a beautiful, crisp morning. The dew from the grass is gently brushing off under the sunlight as it rises. No clouds in the sky. As your party has already woken up early, for you had been brought to this small little hamlet on a dutiful quest. It appears nearby, in a local, what used to be a bear den, has been taken over by a
Man,
rampant rabble of goblins.
I was hoping to wrap around
Each of your party has been promised 20 gold each, which is quite a lot. So between the two of you, that's 20 gold each. So it's 40 gold to rout and or get rid of the goblin problem as they are plaguing the local farmers. You've been given free room and board for the night when you arrived. And you've both woken up and just had breakfast and sitting in the tavern. So why don't we start with Atomic?
All right, what am I supposed to do?
You're sitting in a tavern, so describe your character.
in fact, if you want, I could describe my character to give you a bit of an
Yeah.
introduction.
Let's do that. Okay.
That works
So-
for me.
For those a little bit familiar, my character is a wonderfully glorious, rotund halfling man known as Sir Blathian Gervasis Corenthal Zedulian
Piece of
Hakula Vinicius.
Oh, I really don't
He's-
like this.
You love this character. Come on, he's the greatest. For those who have seen the Tavern Tales, you might remember this glorious
I love
man.
playing with this character.
And he's a very rotund halfling that seems to be sitting on a golden chair. And for a party member, I'll describe myself here. You haven't seen this character in anything other than this golden chair, and you're aware if this golden chair has legs on it. And this, you could think of this almost as like a big boy cart. You know, you'd see it like Safeway. In a sense, but it's like a walking chair, a golden walking chair, and it has this
You
large.
seen Wild Wild West?
So you're talking
Yeah.
this is like a palanquin on wheels.
Yeah.
No, like it has legs, like a spider legs,
Okay, so
but
this
it's the chair legs.
this is a palanquin.
But it's like this golden chair, and then in front of the golden chair, in between his legs, there's this giant. You've seen it on the occasion. It goes like a bit outward. It changes shape on the front end, but from there's this giant, large tube that points outward, with this little small golden, like almost like gargoyle looking creature. That's like you would think it looks kind of like a hood ornament in a sense at the end of the golden barrel, or you could say like a muzzle tip of sorts. And he's dressed up in some wonderful, interesting clothes. He's got what looks to be kind of like what you'd imagine if you guys seen like Tarzan. He's got like the archaeologist explorer's kind of outfit, where he's got that but he's got a fez. He's got like a green fez that has like gold trim around it. And he's got this like archaeology explorer's like coat, and just like rough like capri kind of like pants in the sorts that go up to like these big boots that bunch up. And yeah, that's him sitting there with eating breakfast, showing shit and rice. He's got this big kind of tangled beard, probably a bit longer than Atomic's. And he's got a mess of crumbs in there, and he's drinking from this pitch of morning ale while he eats his crumpets. Oh, so good. Yes, I'll keep another. As he downs the ale. And he drinks a lot from this specific tankard that is very like keenly decorated, and you never see this man ever really get drunk.
Okay. So, do I take over now?
Yep.
Yeah, you should
There's
describe it.
it's a small little room. There's only like this tavern only has 2 tables. So you either sit with him or you sit at the other table.
Okay, I sit with him. And I'm a tall, lanky, I am a wizard of sorts. Classify as a ranger. And I am a investigator.
Nice.
So
What
yeah,
race
I'll
are
work
you?
on this introduction.
What race are you? Are you like
I'm
human?
a human. I am a
Oh,
human.
okay. Word. Okay.
I'm a human ranger, druid, or druidic warrior.
Oh, nice. Okay. Cool. Rangers are fun
And
classes.
I've got the ranger archetypes, swarm keeper.
Oh, nice. You're a sword key. That's cool. I am an artillerist artificer. For those not as quite familiar.
Yeah, and I speak goblin.
Nice.
It says languages known, common and goblin.
Nice. That's cool.
What's your character's
So-
name?
My character's name is, for now, it's Harry.
Harry. Oh, Harry.
Harry.
Yes.
I'm Sablathian, and this is Gloria.
So we
my
have Sir
wonderful
Blathian
chariot.
and Harry.
He calls his chair Gloria.
So
How does
in your-
Gloria move around?
in
It
your
has like spider legs.
Oh, okay.
Like it's like a chair, but it has like legs that can fold down to like they clip together to sit like regular legs, but then a part of it spreads outward and stands up like spider legs, and it just kind of moves around like that.
Okay, so it's, yeah, you know what a palanquin is? It's those things that
I don't actually know what a palanquin is off the top of my head.
it's those things that people carry around that the king sits in.
Look it up.
So in your little
Oh,
In
not
the-
quite so much like that. No,
Alright.
it looks like a regular chair, and then half the legs would split out, and then just shimmy down and like bend into like knees.
I see.
So it's crab leg kind of.
if you ever
Or, like,
seen
spider
Wild
legs.
Wild West,
Yeah,
evil guy
Makes
from
sense.
Wild Wild West, he has this little crab walker. You just look it up and imagine that in gold.
Okay.
pretty much. It looks like a normal chair.
The
but when he's
easiest
sitting
way to describe it.
down- yeah,
It's like just cut it all out.
it's like crab legs.
Okay.
All right, John.
Now, in your when you so the quest was given to you both. It was actually given to you by a messenger. The gold was promised to you by the farmers of the town. Sir Blathian actually had become quite renowned in these lands. So him and your services were sought out, or maybe he hired you. Whoever you guys.
I'm
wanna-
doing a favor for a friend of the previous.
But you would
friend
know
who showed me the rules I
on-
last found.
On in the note the messenger gave you was also a small map. It looks like the bear den looks to be just beyond a small creek, maybe about 10 minutes outside of town. The town looks like it's quite a quaint villa. Looks like there's a blacksmith and as well as an apothecary slash general goods store that seems to work as both. You're at the only inn. It's just about a minute outside town. It's very small, maybe 2 tables and 2 actual separate rooms. You both had to share a room though, as one of the rooms was already occupied.
Lathian, for the context of for fun, describe the way that Blathian sleeps. as his roommate would know, he doesn't leave his chair when he sleeps. His chair just kind of inclines like a recliner, and then he just pulls out blankets, just sleeps in his chair.
But
Wicked.
yeah. So other than that, yeah. I said the smithy, the apothecary / general goods store. Doesn't look like there's anyone who actually lives in this small little hamlet. It looks like it's just a little farmer get together, like a little, not even a village, literally just a little hamlet. But yeah,
Nice. Yeah, Blaze can walk in, and we're like when we're heading
that's a
there.
really good idea, Zenderfella. I should have done that. I'll keep that in mind next time I bring someone new on.
I don't have the chat.
You don't have the chat? He said a good way to describe his character is have him describe them as if they're describing themselves in IRL.
That's
And
fair.
as if those are blind around him. I'll remind that. I'll keep that in mind next time. It's actually not a bad idea. That's a really good idea. But
That's fair.
to keep moving forward.
I appreciate the suggestions.
Yeah, really. I actually do. I really like that idea. Just damn. I wish I had that earlier. Anyway,
Yeah.
so
Blathian would lead the way. You noticed when Blathian walking, he's actually a bit slower than like by 5 feet than because he's a halfling. But even in his chair, he's still slower.
where do you guys walk to?
Yeah, we'll head to the town or wherever this is.
Or do you head into the
Going on.
town or do you head to the Goblin Cave? I gave you two choices. You can either head straight there, or you can
Oh.
go to the town. You could go to the town, or you could go to the Goblin Cave first.
I think we should check in with the residents who gave us this mission to ensure that they need anything specific or if there's anyone to watch out for.
Yeah. I say we investigate this problem further and make sure we're prepared.
Actually, this cannon only goes 50. It has 15 feet movement when I walk.
So you slowly move your way with this small chair.
But normally he'll use his action to dash with it, so technically his chair is running every time
You've already
while
met
everyone's walking.
the innkeeper. The innkeeper is a nice old man and his wife. He seems to run the place while she cooks in the back.
I remember him. He must have been the one that showed me the ruins way back yonder.
Maybe.
Right. He ran a flashback from 1,000 years ago.
Okay.
I don't know.
So you guys make your way in town, or into the little hamlet, and it's just two other houses. One of them looks larger. You would assume that's the apothecary. It looks like it has 2 stories. The other one looks like just 1 story with a huge awning, and underneath the awning, you'd see a woman, large orc woman, hammering away on an anvil with a fire beside her. Looks like she has an array of weapons and farm tools, as well as different kinds of equipment. Probably a little more advanced than what you'd expect out here.
Do they look like made by artificers or like?
Roll me, I guess not an insight. Roll me a perception.
I mean, as one who is one and who makes who made my fancy chair, I made it myself. The perception?
Yeah.
That's a 7.
They look fancy.
Yeah.
They definitely,
Wow,
like,
truly amazing. The wonders things have been since I've been here last. They have truly evolved. What a town! They have.
I would
I am
say,
impressed. I truly am impressed with these people. This is why we must help them.
I would almost say that, I'm sorry, I was reading the chat. I would almost say, oh man, that totally threw me off now. Damn it.
I went along with what you said. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to throw you off with that.
So she looks at you, and looks at your chair. Um, and looks at you with bewilderment. How did you
He like waves
How did you make that?
with these wonderful gifts from the creator. He shows as he shakes his stubby fingers.
Um,
With my own hands.
I will.
madame.
You know what? I will, Xanderfella. I'm gonna throw this in. Um, behind the orc lady, as she's staring at
Isn't
your
orc-
chair,
okay.
comes out a human standing 6 feet tall, grasping a bow in his right hand. He's wearing black and green leather armor as clothing, and his boots show signs of long travel. His eyes, though ordinary, suggest an intense lifestyle.
I see this town has brought many a folk to protect it.
We're gonna.
Say hello to this person.
He stares at you, but she looks and goes, "Oh, don't mind him. He's just my bodyguard."
Oh, I see. You must be a very important figure for a needing of bodyguarding. I welcome thee.
I'm just the only blacksmith in the near area. I pretty much fix
Oh,
all
you
the
are a
farm
blacksmith.
equipment and all the guard equipment. There's a guard outpost that's not more than 2 miles away. They would send guards here to fight the goblins, but they're too busy with other things. So I pretty
I
much fix.
see.
Then she'd point to the weapons. All this is their weapons that I just fix up.
See, the one thing beautiful about my wonderful chair here is, it is not a weapon, it is a thing. It has a name. It is Gloria, beautiful Gloria. And she can do a great many things. She can shoot very far away, or she produces a great mass of flame, and can incinerate foes too close. Or I can even buff my friends, those nearby. Gloria has a great steed. She is wonderful, and she kept me well through the past 2 years. I'm so happy for her company. And good old Gerald! He points down at the little golden gargoyle sitting on the tip of the the gun. He looks up at the orc and waves. And then just goes back to his position where he looks like he's just standing still.
She'd be enamored. She would tell you. She would say, "Sorry,
Whereabouts
this
would
is
you?
some amazing metalwork. If you needed anything fixed, I'd gladly fix it for you. Especially if you're gonna kill the goblins."
Oh yes, indubitably. That is why we are here.
I
We
hear.
came to
I've been hearing that it seems that there's maybe a bigger one amongst them. I haven't heard much. None of the farmers really get a good look at them. But I know they stole something from the apothecary guy. He was out foraging one night for something, and they mugged him. He barely got out alive, but he's kind of been cooped up in his store ever since.
Where's this store?
Like right next door. She'd be like, "The front door's locked, but there's no lock in the back," and she'd wink at you.
I see. We should definitely retrieve this potion from him. Being cooped up inside is not good at all. This is why I love to explore.
Well, I walk in your store and I knock on the door.
Ooh, yes, this is a good idea. Perhaps the man is home.
Knock on the door. You hear a bunch of rustling and rummaging. Maybe something falls over. And then all of a sudden you hear maybe thuds, like really close, and then nothing.
I say, "Hi, my name is Harry, and I'd like to ask you some questions
Harry
about
Potter?
goblin experience."
You
Is
hear
that Harry Potter?
you hear what sounds like someone who's like Oh, I don't know how else to describe this. Roll me an insight.
How do I do that?
You roll me a d20.
Roll a d20.
And then look on your little character sheet and flip once over
To your
to
skills.
the skills, which is once to the right, and you'll see
There
where
would
it
be a
says
list of
insight,
various
and you can
different-
add that to your roll. Or subtract it if it's negative.
Yes.
You better
Sometimes
be
that
Elson. But if you're
Okay, so
And bad rolls are a good thing sometimes. They make for interesting games. So.
it's a 6 and a plus 5, 11.
11.
Wow, you got a +5 for wisdom.
You know what?
Say that's great.
I'll give you this one. It sounds like someone who's standing right beside a door but's looking the other way. Go away, I'm busy.
I say, hey, we're just trying to take care of the goblin problem. We could use some information.
You're not wanted here.
Oh, the sooner you tell me my information, the sooner I'll leave.
Big guy shoved from behind. We heard you had some equipment stolen.
In your voice, Bladius, we heard you have no business here. In varied voices.
That's very peculiar.
What? That was strange.
No. Roll me what would be nature? Both of you roll me a nature.
I kind of know what this is, but
I know, but roll me a nature because this is.
Which is another D20?
Yep.
wow, that's a 1. And then at the same time, when this is happening, because I immediately turn around and I look at the blacksmith lady. Well, you wouldn't happen to know who gave us this letter, would you? And just immediately lose interest.
I've got a 19.
Nothing odd about that over there.
So Blathius has no fucking idea what's going on. He thinks it's a fancy recording.
It's Blathian.
You know from your dealings with these things, very rarely, you don't see them very often. This is something called a Kenku. And they can't actually speak on their own. They can only mimic. And so all it's doing is it's talking to you by mimicking other voices it's heard saying different things. That's why its voice keeps changing to different voices.
I see.
Which you'd also know from a 19, Kenkus are also very skittish.
Can I roll perception?
What are you trying to perceive?
Or, no, maybe not. What else do I got? Wow, I've got 0 in charisma.
Nice. I have a +1.
You would know Kenkus, though. The one thing that they're always trying to do is trying to regain their, because they were a god took away their ability to fly. So most Kenkus are trying to regain, especially ones that are into magic, or like this one, maybe an apothecary, would probably be trying to research something about getting back lost flight.
You'd be you'd be surprised in Kenku society. It's actually frowned upon to try to fly again.
Some of them,
But mages try really hard to get it back.
yeah. That's why I said that mages and apothecary.
yeah.
I made sure to make that distinction. Thank you.
Yeah, no. Well, I was letting her.
Yeah.
Oh,
But yeah, if it
With this Kenku.
what?
Is there a way I can communicate with the Kenku?
Yeah, just talk to it. It can talk to you.
It
normally.
can talk to her.
It can talk
Yeah,
to you
just
normally.
repeat-
It just mimics voices.
It's just gonna repeat. It's just gonna talk back to you in using words that it's heard before.
Yeah.
That's the only way it can speak.
Yeah.
When the god punished them, they lost their voice and their ability to fly.
Yeah. Giant crow-like thing.
Yeah, the little bird
Yeah.
people.
Yeah, so I ask it again if it will tell me what happened with the goblins.
What do you think happened? Idiot! I was out playing. Out in the middle of the night. With my own business. Then they attacked me. Idiot!
Was there anything special about them?
Um,
God's gonna love this.
What did they steal?
in your voice, special? They're goblins.
Anything different about any of them? Was there one that was particularly larger than the others?
He would then say, in like, it sounds like a kid's voice, the big one? No.
No.
That's hilarious. Yeah, I would look back at the blacksmith and show the letter that I got and be like, "We're looking for whoever has officially part like the notoriety or whoever's in charge of reaching out to other citizens outwardly on the town, outside of the town." Did you? Yes.
Are you
Hello?
talking to me or are you talking to.
Yes, I'm talking to you. Yes,
Sorry.
I'm talking to the blacksmith.
One more time. It's the blacksmith.
God damn it! Just utter silence and what?
Oh, do you know
Uh,
who sent this letter?
Yeah, do you? I do you know who sent the letter? We're here to see the whoever's in charge or is in charge of outreaching to people outside of the town.
When you say letter, no. But she
I
thinks.
showed them the letter too.
She thinks to herself and thinks that would most likely be.
I showed them the letter too because I don't know if there's a signature on it or anything like that.
She would think it would most likely be the sheriff.
Oh.
Because especially when you show her the letter, there'd be a seal of approval from I guess the sheriff of the area.
Oh, okay.
So she would tell you, and the sheriff lives. We're gonna put him about 10 minutes south of town.
All right. Let's go discuss with the sheriff, I guess. I don't know if the bird person will be there helpful.
We
If you
asked
could hear me, alchemist, we will find your stuff.
you know where I can find? I asked the blacksmith where I can find the sheriff.
He just told us.
He
Oh, did
just
he?
told you, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry.
We're gonna go.
But you
we're
can
gonna
still
head
ask, and the orc
I
will
mean,
be
yeah.
like, that way.
that way. Yes, good instincts, my friend. Onward.
It wouldn't
Perfect.
even be about 10 minutes. About 5 minutes down the road, on a horse, you would see a man in probably chain armor, a small little hat like helmet, probably a leather hat underneath, has a little broadsword and a shield. Yeah, and he'd be walking down the road. He'd have a little star badge.
Oh,
I think, Yeah, I think as
Oh,
always,
badge
he'd be like,
time.
"Oh," I think I would, as I'd recognize the badge or see anybody on a kind of like a horse that looks official, be like, "Oh, hell, my friend."
He'd see. Let's see.
I'm
For
pretty sure Sir Crow would
Blathian.
see me right away.
Oh, he recognizes both of you. He'd get off his horse and he would recognize. He'd go and shake Blathian's hand and shake Harry's hand. And, oh,
You know what's the best part? Just for this, even though this guy's a halfling in his chair, his handshake height, he's the same as everybody else. He's medium on the chair.
Okay, yeah. So the
I'm
sheriff.
just saying this in the way of just description. That's all.
Well, howdy, boys. Pleasure for you to go all this way in such a short time.
Hello, my friend.
I suppose you.
Got your letter.
Yes, I suppose you spent the night in the tavern. I just got news. Actually, I was on my way in just to come see you. Give you some news about the goblin problem.
Ah, yes, me and Gloria and my friend Harry here are ready to deal with the problem for you. He says as he pulls out his tankard and takes a quick cig.
Well,
Tell me.
let me give you the skinny. It seems that down in the Bear Den just over yonder, there seems to be a bunch of goblins. However, they weren't there before, and I hadn't seen them moved in. I reckon maybe someone brought them here for a nefarious reason. Now, I'm going to do my due diligence out here and keep a search. But I brought you both in to create a bunch of rustle while you go and deal with the goblins. You think you can do that for me?
Oh, absolutely. Now, when dealing with the goblins, I've heard that there is one of the blacksmithy has told us that there is a prominent figure amongst them, a leader of sorts.
I'm going to answer that. Sorry. Oh, yeah. He would look at you and say, now, I did see something larger running around the goblins. They only seem to come out at night, so I'm not too sure. But that's why when you're in the cave, I want you to look for if you see any clues as to what they may be doing. Something to maybe connect what's all going on around here. I
How
reckon.
large are the cave? We're
Now,
talking?
I'll give you one more piece of information. It seems by my counting, there seems to be somewhere between 10 and 12 of those little motherfuckers. Now, you think you boys will be good on your own, or should I round up a posse?
That is up to my friend Harry. I am
See,
not quite.
or have too much help.
Gloria. Yes.
Now, I can't guarantee much. They'd be nothing but maybe farmers and farmers' hands.
Perhaps maybe as a reinforcement. I think maybe we'd have somebody to follow as a. Perhaps one person that you could able, not a bunch. Whoever
Xander,
feels competent enough to fight the goblins.
2 seconds. Xanderfell, to answer your question, a Kenku mimicking telepathic speech, if you've ever seen South Park, would be and if you have no idea what I'm talking about, just go watch that clip from South Park. And you will understand. That is what I imagine a Kenku mimicking telepathic speech. Please
Yeah,
continue.
I feel like
Insaniac!
Thank you.
I've been trying to say that for like the last 5 minutes, but please continue.
I feel like a Keku could like do telepathy without like in their regular voice. Like, 'cause I've always wondered what a telepathy would be like for Kenku, because like they don't technically have to repeat their words or just somebody else's words in telepathy because it's their mind, right? It's not them actually speaking.
But they can't have creative thoughts. Anyway, we could go down this rabbit hole for hours.
Yeah,
Please continue.
I don't know. Yeah, no, yeah. If they have one person that might be competent or whoever feels capable, but I wouldn't suggest a lot of people.
I think whoever wants to come along can come along.
Well, I reckon I'll see what I can
I'm
find out.
quite confident here with Gloria. How big are these caverns? Are we talking?
Oh, it can't be more than maybe 20, 30 feet deep. It's just a bear den in the winter, you know?
I mean, how big is a cave? Are they very high, very large caves inside?
It's about 30 feet deep and about 20 feet tall.
Ah, I see. Wonderful,
It's a
wonderful.
literal bear den.
Ah, I see. I'm going to have to do a bit of work on this Gloria then. Give me a brief moment. I see. So he like stumbles off to the side and he jumps off his chair. While you round up some individuals, I will re-update my wondrous machine here. And he takes the time to readjust his cannon to flamethrower.
Okay.
And then he gets back on his chair. Because before it was in
While
before it
he's
was in cannon.
Bear,
cannon.
what happens?
My chair doesn't take too long. It's only like it's an action technically. So
Okay.
and pretty much he just kind of like puts his hand around the cannon with a couple of other like tools that he's picked up, and just kind of like measures out part of the tube, and then he uses like he draws on like a magic line on the tube, and then it just shoots back like a halfway point. The cylinder just gets shorter.
Okay.
Yeah, and then wherever the dude rounds up, but then let's head to the goblin camp.
Yeah. You round this posse up and we'll go to the Goblin Cave.
So it takes him a little bit. Takes you no more than 15-20 minutes to get to this obvious opening to as you get there, you see little signs in the ground and little bone we'll say what are they called? Why can't I think of the goddamn name? Effigies. Little bone effigies and stuff. Maybe about 100 feet away, you see the sheriff and two farmers and what looks like a young teenage boy. The two farmers are holding, one of them has a sickle, the other one has another kind of farming tool, and the young boy has a machete.
I would kind of give them like a brief like tactic kind of like breakdown, but like, all right, I'm so happy that we have you here, but be very careful. These goblins are very dangerous. And you, young man, I suggest you stay by the cave. And if anything goes wrong, you alert the village and protect yourself. The farmers, follow us in. Be very quiet.
I think it'd be better if we kept the townsfolk outside the cave
You think we should lure them out here?
as backup. Yeah.
I think so too. I think we should bring. I think the farmer should go in a little bit. Not like I think we should start, but I think they should come in and back us up when things start to happen because we're gonna have to fall back.
Yeah. Sounds good. I think.
But yeah,
Can I?
keep them by the cave. Like by the entrance of the cave. I think the farmers and then the boy should stay like just a bit back.
Yeah, he'll stay at the tree line or something.
Yeah. And then I'll head in. And then before we get to the entrance, I'll reach in my hat and I'll say, young Gertrude, and I reach in and I pull out this rat, and it's just a normal rat, and just go explore for me, Gertrude. You are wondrous, and just lets out this rat. And I don't know if I'll roll an animal handling check, but it's just a rat.
Can your rat make
It's I'm not in control of the rat, to make that clear as well.
oh.
That's why I say that it's just a rat.
So it runs, and once you get within 50 feet, you hear it starts as a soft clanging, and then all of a sudden you hear the effigies and they start shaking. Roll me a perception.
Both of us?
Yeah, sure.
Man, my rolls are so bad today.
D10 or D20?
D20.
5.
16.
So you don't see it in Insaniac, but
Well,
Harry sees all the little glints of string as this rat runs through past these effigies, and each one seems to rattle a bunch of bones in the effigies. Um,
Well, we just tripped the alarm.
roll initiative.
Gertrude has failed me. That is so.
That's a D20 again.
Yep. Plus your initiative.
Ooh, 6 plus my initiative.
I should have got. What was the other one?
Kill the rat.
I knew I should have.
What do you?
I knew I should have got Copernicus, the bat.
What is initiative? What do you
You'll
mean
see
by
it on
that?
the main screen. So if you go back to
Yeah,
your main
on your
screen with
stat screen.
stat screen.
I have a -2 in it. I have a -2 in initiative.
I don't see initiative.
So where your health points is, there'll be a square that's beside that.
I mean, like proficiency or
No,
initiative.
where you
What?
have your HP and your your strength.
So I got 6 minus 1, so 5.
I have 17. Or sorry, 16.
I just told Xanderfell about the ultimate combo in D&D. He was like, kill the rat, animate the dead, now you control it. Nah, man. Nah.
There's bigger
You
things.
awaken the chair and raise the dead, and now you have a zombie chair. A living, fully aware zombie chair that hates existence because all it is a chair.
That's possible. That's very possible.
It's I have an entire character in the campaign I run as Xanderfell, where there's this character named Tilgrim, and his entire thing is he's a druid undead warlock, and that's his thing. Is my party doesn't know what to do with him because he animates inanimate things. So like whenever they know he's around, things like random things will like open their eyes and wink at them and like smile, and they don't know what to feel because he only animates dead things. And like it's the greatest character trait. You can actually you're right about animate dead. You're right with a trend. Oh, you're right. Oh, you're right. Oh, I'm gonna steal that. Anyway, so
See, I got 16 on initiative.
16. I guess I should write this down. What'd you get, Mr. Atomic?
I got 5.
Gross.
It was
Yeah.
possible.
I got 6 minus 1.
And then civilians. I think that's not bad.
So so the rest of us should be by the cave entrance pretty
And
much.
then the goblins.
And the kids should be back on the tree line.
Oh, nice.
Or by the tree line.
So the goblins will get to go first because they get a surprise round. Since you tripped their alarm.
When I was seeing the alarm go off, would I be able to cast Sanctuary on myself?
As a reaction?
I think it's an action.
You know what? Yeah. If you see the no, your perception was shit. No.
Yeah.
No. I almost said
well.
yes. No. Your perception was bad.
I don't blame you. You're right. You're right.
You get punished. No.
Yeah, you're right. I don't blame you at all. Did you roll a follow-up? I was gonna say it's bonus action technically.
I if you had gotten a better perception, I would have easily given that to you, but you rolled bad. So, no.
Yeah. No, that was my 5. I rolled a 5 last turn.
Man, get new dice or something. Anyway.
Well, I got an 18 on this roll, but I have -2 for initiative, so I got 16. So
So the goblins go first.
this just happens, man. The dice don't always agree.
I understand. Trust me, I'm not Sarah who loads their goddamn dice.
I can accept when shit goes wrong though. Like I appreciate it when things fuck up.
It's all about
and
turning it to
makes
your
it interesting.
favor.
Exactly. You take an opportunity. You make it. You make it something you can work with.
Okay. So you see 11 little figures run out. Of those 11, 6 of them pull out little makeshift bows and take little pot shots at you. 3 at each of you.
So they can also attack my chair, by the way. So you know.
They see meat on a stick.
I know. I'm just putting that out there.
Do
If
you know
had
what
a
meat
just
on a
overall
stick
blatant,
looks like? It looks like a giant,
I wasn't
fat,
sure if you were
delicious
just
halfling.
doing
On barbecue legs. That's
I
what it
wasn't
looks
sure.
like.
I wasn't sure if you're doing just a blatant cover thing. So that's why I was just
Num
saying.
num num num. 3 shots at each of you. So first we'll roll the shots against the delicious halfling meat. Oh, that's a miss. That's a 14 to hit.
Oh man, if it wasn't for my -2 dex, that would still also hit me.
That's 8 piercing and 3 poison.
Awesome.
And then the third arrow strikes at you. That is a 11 to hit.
Yeah. No, that one misses.
That one misses?
That one misses.
Nice.
It's a 12.
Nice.
12 is magazine.
And then Harry, 3 arrows fly at you. That one's definitely going to miss. We're going to deal with that one in a second. And then an 18 to hit. What's your AC? It's like 13, isn't it?
11.
Yeah, so it takes an 11 or higher to hit you. So I hit you with the last one.
Do you not have any armor on?
No, he does.
Oh, his dex is not good.
Yeah.
That's why.
So you take 9 piercing, so just 9 damage, and one poison, which doesn't really matter to you. It's not like you're going to get sick or anything. So you take 10 damage altogether.
All right, that means I lose. Like I lower my health points.
By 10.
Yeah, so
yes.
you lose. So you take away 10 from your health, but not your max. Just your good. Your total.
Come on, man. You've played video games your whole life.
Yeah.
It's all
You just have to do the math on your own. The computer doesn't do it.
You're
for
the
you.
computer now. You're the
So-
computer.
So even though my perception was like 19, like I can't dodge that with a speed of 30.
So to the number that he has to roll to hit you is the number of your armor class. Your speed just determines how many squares you can move. There's a bit more
Okay,
behind
but
what each
I still
ability does.
can't roll to avoid this arrow.
If you had some ability, like
There
a
are
reaction
abilities that
ability,
allow you to do
Yeah.
such eventually.
like fighters
are-
can get a reaction parry,
Yes.
so like some casters can get a reaction shield to buff their AC.
Eventually you
I have
can.
that for Atheon.
A few things I did while playing the Lich. I had several skills.
It just depends on how certain things are for your character.
Okay, cool.
There are ways to do it. You just might not have that yet.
Zanderfell. An easier way to do that I figured out is you get an oculo. They're like these little eye things. And then you get people that you don't trust. You get them to sacrifice one of their eyes to the oculo. A, you can see through the oculo. B, you have control. You can see what all they see through the oculo. The ultimate security camera. It is it's the greatest thing I ever thought of. It's such a good idea. And yes, so the last goblin, by the way, after you take that damage, one of the goblins, as he's running out, he trips and he fires the arrow straight in the air. You watch as, this arrow hits you and you kind of pull it out and you look at where the other arrow went and you watch as this arrow goes straight up in the air and then it falls straight down right through the top of the goblin's head.
Nice.
And the goblin kills himself accidentally. He rolled a nat 1.
Was the sound being shot?
And then the other 5 are going to be melee, so they're going to get in position. And then we go to the top of the round, which means the civilians, who are all going to stand pat.
For the machete.
Except for the sheriff is going to point.
Yeah, he should be here too. Is he not fighting?
He's standing with the civilians, but he's going to point and use healing word, and he's going to heal Harry for 6 health points.
Nice.
And that's his turn, which means it'll then be Insaniac. So you can gain 6 health points back there, Atomic.
Yeah.
So from 27 or 21, I'm up to 27.
Yep.
Nice. Alrighty. And so
can I fight these things, or can I yell at them to stop what they're doing in Goblin?
First,
more or less on your turn.
You know what? The way I DM, because
if you do want to communicate with me,
hold on.
you can hit me with ideas.
The way I DM is the way turns work is every turn you have an action, a bonus action, and a free action. The way I do it, and I've always done it with my players, is if my players want to take their free action at the same time. In other words, if they all want to use their free action for the round to talk to each other and plan something, I am totally for that. Rather than having people say thing each turn, because it just doesn't make motherfucking sense, really, in my mind.
Yeah.
So, if you both wanted to take your free action together and just talk about what you should do, so you can guys come up with a plan, I'm for that. Because it is Insaniac's turn.
Okay.
Yeah. Absolutely. I mean, I was right now. The only thing
I don't know. I have no idea how this is working.
myself. I wasn't going to do anything offensively just yet. Anyways, I was curious to how they're grouped in a sense. If I could do something offensively, but mainly I'm going to cast Sanctuary myself.
Oh, you can see that.
Oh.
So you're the 2 dots in the middle. The 11 dots at the bottom are the goblins. The 4 dots at the top are the civilians, and then the thing at the bottom is the cave entrance.
Oh, I thought we were already at the cave.
You are at the cave entrance.
Well, I meant further. I thought we were at the entrance, literally at the entrance.
You got
that's what I meant by it.
You got 50 feet there, and then your rat spring all the traps.
Well, fair enough. I thought I had got there, and then I let the rat go, but that's just my misunderstanding. So.
Insaniac the Gorgonite? Are you a Gorgonite?
Gorgonite? I don't know what that is.
I don't know. He's asking you. I don't know.
Oh, I mean, yeah, Insaniac is once a Gorgonite.
What?
Do you not know where the nickname came from?
No. I thought you made it
that's
up.
Great. I'm happy that that's that.
Well, someone got it.
I'll leave it. That makes me happy. I'll leave it as a cliffhanger for C4. You can explain it in chat to C4 because we'll be playing the game in a sense. But
Soul Soldiers. Wait, from Small Soldiers. Oh, one of the monsters.
Yeah, the Gorgonite.
One of the Gorgonites. Yeah.
Oh. Holy
That's
fuck.
so funny, dude.
Wow, that's out of the
Hilarious.
memory hole. Holy shit. Anyway,
That's so
Insaniac, it's your turn.
Yeah.
Well,
So
you
yeah, the only
explain
thing
your
I was
turn, I'm
gonna
gonna
so
go.
far do, we'll explain a bit of.
I
We'll
can still hear
discuss
you. I'm
what
just
we're
gonna grab a
doing.
can of rocks now.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll be casting Sanctuary on myself for my bonus action mainly. But yeah, I don't know if I feel like discussing with these creatures is not going to work so easily. And I realized I'm the only one that's here, except for C4. Well, hello everyone out there
And
in
then it's
podcast land.
it would be
Yeah,
Atomic's turn if that's your turn.
I hadn't finished because I thought we were gonna discuss, but
I
Atomic
told you I
didn't
could
stay
hear
here.
you. You could just keep.
I no, I
Sorry.
was all good. Yeah, I don't know what you wanted. I don't know if talking it out with these things is gonna work out as well as you think. If that's what you have in mind, I'm welcome to give you the opportunity if you want to try, but I can hold my action to go after you to attempt to do something. So if you, I can wait to shoot these things until after you talk to them.
Can you?
Yeah. So if you want to do that, like I'm all for
Okay,
giving you a chance to try to do charisma
Is
stuff.
that like, is that a free action?
It's called prepping an action. So you prep an action.
Yeah.
So I can say like, okay,
So I can. So
This-
you can always prepare one action.
so like I'm gonna prep to. So
Prep.
if I stand
It's talk-
here,
To
sorry,
the ghouls. Is me talking to the goblins free action?
yes,
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah. I won't cost you an action unless I
I was gonna
make you
say
make a roll. So if I say like
Yeah,
roll a
sometimes I have to make a
persuasion or
roll.
something,
Yeah,
then
that might be
then,
a bonus
then
or
it
an
might
hour
cost you
action.
an action. Depends how good
Yeah.
you're gonna persuade me as my goblin self. But we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see when we get to your turn. So if that's your turn,
But yeah, that's what I'm saying. If you want to talk with them, I can hold my action to let you talk with them, and then I can do something.
Oh.
I can hold my action to attack them if it goes hostile.
Okay, well, all I'm gonna do is, well, to start with, I'm just gonna yell at them to stop.
I don't think that's gonna work as well as you think, but I'm down to let you try.
But also, Jonathan hooked me up with fucking gust.
Oh, okay, you're gonna try it. That's an interesting spell. That I don't. That's something that you can bust out too.
I can't find anything for how it works.
Oh,
just
okay.
look up the spell.
I
Gust
could
5e.
probably find. But yeah, if did you get the spell app?
The spell app.
Yeah. If you didn't have it, I can
I
send
should
it
have
to you
it.
later, but I can always look it up. It's pretty handy. So Gust is a cantrip. You can use it as an action anytime. You create one of the following effects at the point you see within range, which is within 30 feet of you. One medium or small creature you choose you can push them 5 feet away if they fail on a save. You can create a small blast of air by moving one object that weighs about 5 pounds. It's not pushed enough to cause damage, but I mean maybe C4 will let you roll to do that anyways. Or you can create a random effect with it. It's not super damaging. It can be damaged. It's more for knocking people down.
Okay.
If you were to like knock something off of like a giant thing and it fell really far, that would fuck somebody up pretty hard.
Also, we landed on something called, what was that? Wild cunning.
Cunning action? Because you're wild cunning. I don't know what that is.
Neither do I.
Do you know what that is before?
I didn't know. Well, I kind of know what it is, but
You know what
I need-
the greatest
Go on.
rule of any game is? Read the spell.
I mean, that's what I have the thing. There's not. I'm just looking it up as I have it.
Cunning action.
Oh. No, it's
Oh, cunning action.
is what it was called. So
Wild talent. I don't know. All right. Well, I don't think. I'll be honest. I don't think it's you talking to him is going to work out in a sense. But I'll wait till you do your thing so I can time. I'm going to hold my action to. I'm going to get close enough to the goblins so I'm within like 15 feet of them,
Okay.
and enough so I can get them in a 15-foot cone and hit the majority of them. C4.
Yeah,
I'm not doing it yet, but I'm telling you.
you can definitely hit at most 6.
Okay, so I'll move into that position. I'll hold my attack to time it with atomic, and I'll tell you like, I'll prepare to destroy this. I'll prepare to unleash my glorious glory on these degenerate goblins. They're savages. We will not let them harm these farmers.
Okay.
Moves forward, and then that's my prepped action, my bonus action, my movement.
All right. So they've just shot a bunch of arrows at us.
Yep,
Somebody healed me.
yep. And now,
Because I got, and now he's moved into position, and I have yelled at them to stop
so you're
what
going
they're
to
doing.
in Goblin.
Yeah.
Um,
Or are you gonna make me roll for that?
roll. How do you yell? Are you trying to do it with authority, or are you trying to do it? Are you trying to plead with them?
Authority.
Then roll me an intimidation.
Ugh. 6. Do I have?
Plus anything?
No.
6. They don't look very intimidated.
Okay. So, what does that mean now? Can I
You
do
can
anything
still do
else?
your turn.
Okay. I need the fucking spell app.
Yeah, just just put in 5e
Just tell me what you want to do.
spell. And say, yeah, just explain it. We can look it up.
Fairy fire.
Verify? Okay, that'll light them up and give advantage on attacks.
Yeah,
Doesn't
it'll
exactly burn
make
them.
everything you do on them have advantage.
Yeah. It's not exactly a burn thing. It's kind of a confusing spell in that regard. by
But-
the name.
No, yeah, you can give them advantage on attacks. That would be good, especially if you have civilians. Give them advantage on the attacks versus the goblins.
If we could deal with them first beforehand, it would be better. But that's fair. Oh,
Okay.
I know.
I have wild cunning.
Yes, you do.
Still don't know what that is.
Yeah.
Oh
What
my
the hell
God.
is it?
Bros. Wild Cunning
spell.
5e. Wild Cunning. What is Wild Cunning? It's a spell
Not on app.
or it's an ability? No, it's a spell. One action. 120 feet. Instantaneous. Draw or later. Seek the spirits to help in a number of things. Tracking, making, or breaking camp. Finding food or water, or finding shelter.
Oh, never mind. That was a totally different thing.
It is literally for finding food or water.
Yeah.
Wow, guys. That took 5 fucking seconds.
Right.
It's an Unearthed Arcana spell.
It doesn't matter. I looked it up.
That's why it's not in the app.
Yeah, I just found it again.
Cool.
Anyways,
How did you get
so
that spell?
I guess I'm gonna go with Fairy Fire.
Okay.
How did you end up with that spell? It's more my question.
Because of his ranger class.
Yeah, it was just given to me.
Yeah, nature ranger.
He said he's Swarm Keeper.
It doesn't matter. It gave him the. It gave him it. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, you just gave it to me.
He gets Mage Hand.
Well, they. You know what?
Very
You
fire.
call up the people of the app and tell them that they did it wrong. 2015.
It's an Unearthed.
You could probably
I'm
get
not the one who
about.
sat here and helped make this person.
You could get about 8 of them.
Okay, so I've got fighting style, so I gain 2 druid cantrips.
Yeah, so those are different spells you could use if you don't want to use Fairy Fire. Depends on what
But
they do. which
Fairy
ones you
fire
choose.
is not a cantrip.
Yeah, it's a spell.
Yeah, I know that.
Cantrips you could just use more frequently than spells. They're their type of spell. They're level 0 spells.
Apparently, I'm like got major boosts on communing with nature. Anyways, and then yeah, apparently my archetype is Swarm Keeper. So
I just don't understand where you got that spell from. It's Unearthed Arcana, and you made that character from new with the app, which doesn't have Unearthed Arcana.
yeah, I don't know.
Interesting.
Oh boy.
I mean, I'm not blaming you in any regard. It's just
All right. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
I also have Fog Cloud.
Fog Cloud's interesting. That's an interesting spell. You should put that around the civilians or you. That's a good way to protect yourself from ranged attacks. So if they try to shoot more arrows at us, you guys, I wouldn't put it around me because I'm trying to attack them. But if you put it around it as a defensive, it's pretty handy.
Yeah, but I was thinking if I do Fairy Fire, then whatever attack you're.
It's not going to boost in that way, unfortunately. It
No?
could if I was using my just the way that my flamethrower works. It doesn't. It boosts like when attack rolls go off, and mine's in a saving throw, so it doesn't unfortunately do that.
Okay, then I'm gonna go with Fog Cloud and.
But it would be helpful if like you ran in to use a melee attack or something like that, or using ranged.
Oh,
bows.
is that something else?
Yeah, I mean, it just depends on what you want to do. It's really helpful overall. It's just what I'm mainly planning to do is not going to be using that. That's all. You can do it though if you want to. It's up to you. It'll help the civilians out a lot if they do get attacked.
Yes, but am I able to rush in to attack with my like to get closer? Am I allowed to get closer and cast this?
Yeah, you can get closer and cast it. The your range will get close enough. From Kiva showing us, and then it's an action, so you probably won't be able to attack afterwards. But if you get close enough and the goblins run past us, you can get a reaction attack, which is a free attack. Like if they're
Okay,
running back.
okay, anyways, so I rush in, I try to get within fighting distance with my staff while casting Fog Cloud over the civilians.
Sure.
And then when it's off, like
Sorry, what?
I didn't understand it.
When you finish your turn, my flamethrower goes off. So the goblins that are in a 15-foot cone in front of me, all have to do dex saves. For 13.
Oh god. Fail. Pass. Fail. Pass. Fail. 3 fails and 2 passes.
Nice. What's the section, by the way? Oh, nice. So that's 15 points of damage. Or fire damage.
15
15.
for the on a
And
fail.
it ignites. Yeah, on a fail, yeah. And half as much on a half X match on a success.
2 of them burn.
And it ignites any flammable objects in the area that are being borne or carried as well.
So 2 of them fall.
So, and all their clothes, all the people that aren't dead, all their clothes light on fire.
Yeah.
So they're going to start burning each turn. And so that's my bonus action. My regular action, I'm going to
That was your ready to action, wasn't
no,
it?
that was my that was my bonus action to use my cannon.
That was just previously.
Well, that
Yeah.
was my held action. Yeah.
Yeah, that was
Sorry.
your held
Yeah.
action.
Oh yeah, that was my bad. Yeah. So yeah.
So then that means Goblin's turn.
Yeah.
All right. The 5 that are so 2 of the 5 melee ones are dead. So there's only 3 melee, which means 2 of them are going to charge at Mr. Halfling Boy and 1 of them at Harry.
Anyone who goes to attack me has to make a wisdom save
What's the save?
against my 13.
What happens if they fail?
They have to choose another target, which could be my chair.
So they both target your chair.
AC of 18.
And one of them hits,
Oh, okay.
and the other one hurts himself. The other one hits his head on your chair, and he takes 6 bludgeoning damage. And the one that attacks you,
Also, anyone that was burning should take, like, I don't know, a d6 of fire or a d4 of fire. I don't know. Up to you. At the end of the start of the turn. It's not really a thing, but.
and your chair takes 8 slashing
Okay.
and 4 poison.
Okay.
And Harry
It's immune to poison damage, so it doesn't take any poison damage.
runs up and melees you, and that hits. And he's going to do. Right. Come on. 9 slashing and 1 poison, so 10 damage.
Armor class is 11, and my proficiency is +2.
Yeah, he hit you. He rolled an 18.
Okay.
I just rolled the damage because it definitely hit.
Oh, all right.
And then arrows fly at you guys. So, Mr. Halfling, first arrow is a
Any attack against me has to do a wisdom save.
Okay, so 3 more wisdom saves.
Yep.
It passes. What's the wisdom save?
13.
Passes and fails. So one of them fails. Who's going to attack your chair? The one that attacks your chair misses. The 2 that attack you, 1 misses. What's your AC?
12.
Alright, the last one hits you with an arrow.
I'm going to use shield as a reaction.
Never mind, he
So you
doesn't
get
hit you
to-
with an arrow. Then Harry.
Oh, you try to get me,
Three
goblins. You
arrows are
savages cannot breach glory and her defenses.
Three
You shall
arrows are coming at
fall.
Harry.
Can I intimidate them to call them to retreat? I don't think it'll work, but could I try?
You know what? Yeah, okay. Roll intimidate. You did burn a bunch of them. They're not looking too
And
good.
I just block their arrows. Like,
Yeah. Roll me an intimidate.
man, the dice gods are just not liking me today. Well, my intimidation is +1, so that gives me a 4.
Do you want to add a d6 to that?
Hold on.
They rolled a 6. I'll be.
Can I do this? Can I do a persuasion check instead?
No.
I can add a d4 to persuasion checks. Fine. I'll add a d6. Maybe it'll work. Hey, I got a 4. So that's a 10. Wait, no, I said a 4, so it's 8.
Okay. Let's see. Oof. So, as you say that, they start running back in. Of the 5 that you set on fire, of the 3 that were still on fire, 2 of them die, and 1 of them puts himself out.
He's smart.
The ones that both run away from you guys can take opportunity attacks against.
Oh, okay, sick.
Which means
Means
roll
you can.
a d20.
Yeah, you can roll an attack against the one running away from you.
Bust out my father's lucky shovel. Shoveling, that's all.
7.
Holy shit! Holy shit! Xander
13.
fell. Followed us. Hey, thanks, bud.
Welcome.
I haven't heard. Oh,
Talk show.
it's been so
Thanks for
long.
the-
I was so
thanks for
shocked
the-
by the sound.
I got 13 to hit.
Thanks, bud. 13 to hit. That hits the goblin. What about you, Tomic?
7.
That does not
Nice.
hit the goblin.
9 points of damage as
Well,
I
hold
split
on.
the skull of this goblin.
Really?
What
Your
is-
quarterstaff doesn't add anything?
Oh,
Yeah, it
hold
should
on.
have a plus.
Yeah, no, see, I've got +2 per proficiency, and
Yeah, it should be your +2, and then maybe probably your strength, just your strength number modifier.
+1, and my quarters +1.
And your strength is +1 for the
So it would have
save?
been
Or strength.
10.
So you would
Yeah,
have
so
plus
7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
Yeah, okay. 11. Still misses, but... You know, it's closer.
All right.
Yeah, I used my
And what missed?
shovel.
So-
my opportunity attack kind of thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, just to hit him.
Your AC is 13.
Yeah, so I swing my lucky shovel down into this goblin with with 9 points of damage.
Yeah, thanks, man. No, seriously, Xander. Thanks a lot.
We appreciate the phone.
We really try not to pander as much as it obviously it's
we
working.
do that at the
It's
start.
working so well for us.
We do it at the start of the at the start of our
It's,
stream.
it's working so well, but we really try not to.
We're the best.
But at the same time, like I said a bunch of times, you ever want to show up on the show, ever want to just be on the talk show or do the Discord, man, or just let us know. We're laissez-faire like that.
It's true.
What's your damage?
I said 9, like 3 times.
Oh, 9? So
Yeah.
none?
Like 1 plus 8.
You smash this goblin's head open.
Yeah, I split his skull with my father's lucky shovel. He
So,
discovered his
there's six-
first discovery was made with this shovel.
The 6 of them run back into the cave screaming. What do you guys do?
I look back at the townspeople and how are they doing? And as I look down and see this fog cloud, I'm like, oh my. Did they just hang out in the fog cloud, or did they wander around in the fog cloud?
I think they're wandering around in the fog cloud.
That's funny.
Insaniac, I'm gonna leave you inviting Xanderfell to the Discord because I don't know how to do that.
My goodness. All right, I'm gonna jump on Twitch. Really
Exactly. You do that magic.
I just haven't jumped on Twitch because I didn't want it to lag my internet. That's all.
That's fine. We're getting close to the end. We're gonna stop here. We're gonna pretty much stop because we do it in 2 parts. So we'll do part 2 next week, which means
Okay.
anyone who wants to join up for part 2, like Xanderfell, whose character was introduced halfway at the beginning. So if you want to come on and join us for next week and finish up our 2-shot, more than welcome. Anyone who wants to be on the 2-shots, we're so open.
There's the link in the chat.
There's the link to the Discord. Please join us.
Check it out.
It is
We're
midnight.
working on an RP channel, so you eventually could get in there.
I love how you already walked away. We are
Welcome to the stream.
We are the Villains of
We
the
are the
Villains
Villains
Talk Show and Podcast. I'm sorry I had nothing better to do. I'm glad you spent it with us here.
Yeah.
This was a lot of fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I know. But if you want to play, if anyone wants to
Artificer.
play, yeah, come to the Discord. Join us on Fridays for 2 shots at 9:30 Pacific. Or if you want to check us out, the podcast, anywhere you look at podcasts,
Wednesdays.
just look up the Villains Talk Show. We're the only one. It's super easy to
We
find.
are the only.
We do a talk show.
Check us out on Anchor.
We do it live every Wednesday at 9:30 Pacific, or you can catch it Tuesdays and Thursdays. We release it in 2 parts every week. Yeah. Other than that, thanks you all for coming. Stuff and things.
Stuff and things. We love you all. We really appreciate you. Check out the link tree and all the wonderful things.
Rules not visible.
And we
We don't
will
have.
see
We just
you
have.
clear.
We just
don't
have one
rules.
rule. Don't be like a piece of crap.
Yeah, we don't have rules yet. We haven't had the need to put in rules, so don't make the first one.
That is true. That's a very good point. We have not had the need to put in rules, so don't be the first one.